What up guys, it's Martin Sosa. Today on Mornings with Martin, I thought it'd be really cool to share with you 3 ideas that completely changed my life. And I know that sounds like a cheesy cat poster. It's like, changed my life, bro. But they honestly did. And I also wanted to say sorry that before the last video I hadn't posted in a while. Part of that was because I was on winter break, and I'll actually share a video with you guys from that trip. But the other part of it was that they were redoing our roof, and especially the roof over my room, and it rained for like a week, and they forgot to cover it up, and so my room became a swimming pool, and my computer, and my internet, and my bed, they all literally looked like this. Like, it was like quarantine status. But eventually they fixed it, and now I actually have a place to sleep, and I can make these videos. Oh yeah. So now I can make this video for you guys, and these ideas didn't really like hit me or sink in until one morning when I woke up, and I was surrounded by people just like yelling and jumping up and down, and my dad had dragged my sister and I to this like personal development and psychology event, and these different speakers talking about relationships and goals and growing and emotions and all this like self-improvement stuff that I honestly hadn't really heard of, and I thought it was really cheesy, but I had nowhere to go, and so I had to stick around, and I'm glad I did, because the first idea that really hit me was that you can create anything you want in life. And up to that point, I thought the complete opposite. I thought life is just luck. Like, some people are lucky, some people aren't. And I always thought I was in the unlucky category. And I would see people and I would think like, man, like, they have such a great life. Like, they're so cool. And like, you know, I want to be cool. I want to have a great life too. And I just thought like, you know, life happens to you and there's nothing you can do about it. But this idea was like, you can honestly create anything you want in life. You can decide who you want to be. What do you want to do? What do you want to create? Like, what do you want your life to be about? That's the gift of being alive. And when I started to live by that consciously, it's just insane how just changing your mindset and believing in possibilities can totally set you on a new path. So that was the first thing that opened my mind. The second thing was that you gotta master your emotions and your relationships. And the reason why you gotta master your emotions is because life never does this, right? Life goes like this, and it's gonna bring you stuff, but whatever comes your way, if you can master your emotions instead of suppressing them, then you can just own it and handle whatever comes at you in a centered way. You don't have to be in reaction to the events around you, but you can just be a boss as you go through life. You can still enjoy the ride. And the second part is your relationships. And if you've ever seen this thing called the Happiness Project, they did this documentary, they did this study worldwide, finding out what makes people happy, what makes people really fulfilled, like long term. And they found out it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what you do, but if you have solid relationships, like good relationships with the people around you, friends, whatever, then that is one of the huge, biggest nuggets to making people feel fulfilled and joyful long term. So once you got those 2 nuggets, that's huge, but that's only part of it. The third part of it, which is really like the third thing that I learned from that event, was that you have to live your purpose and you have to make it in service to other people. Like, I honestly believe we all have a purpose, we all have a reason for being here, and it's usually tied into what are you passionate about? Like, what makes you feel alive? What brings out that fire in you? What do you love to do? And a lot of people get hung up on that because they think, oh, like, I gotta choose just one passion. But we're people. Like, it makes sense that we have multiple passions and multiple things that we're into. But if you're into music or design or whatever, how can you take those gifts and use them to inspire people or to serve people or to do something that's bigger than yourself? And that was the third idea that really just like opened my mind. That's what like honestly inspired this whole Peak Your Mind project in the first place. But yeah, I just wanted to share those with you because those are things that completely just changed the way I thought and set me on this like new path. And so that's today's Mornings with Martin. I hope that this just helps you or inspires you in some way or opens your mind in some way in the way that it did for me. But I love you guys. If you know someone else who could find this helpful, feel free to share it with them. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.